We are now live.
Thank you. Welcome to a virtual petition hearing meeting of London Borough of Hillingdon. This is the first time my petition hearings have actually been held virtually. The virtual meeting is also being broadcast simultaneously on the Council's YouTube channel, Hillingdon London. My name is Councillor Burrows. I'm a Cabinet Member for Planning and Transportation, and I'm the Chairman of this meeting. Just some online housekeeping before we actually start, and some important online housekeeping as this is a virtual meeting. Please ensure any mobile phones around you are on silent. Please keep your microphone muted when not speaking, and then unmute to speak. Only one person should speak at a time, and I, as Chairman, will call those to speak and keep an eye on the room through my gallery view on those indicating. In terms of technical meeting control, if any councillor leaves a virtual meeting partway through for a period of time, e.g. lost connection, I will continue the meeting. We now have to do an attendance roll call, and I will start by the councillors present. Confirm your attendance. Please indicate you're present when I say your name, and also declare any interests or not, depending on the petition being heard. So I will start with Councillor Farley.
Present, Chairman. I'm the lead petitioner on this petition. Thank you.
And can you just declare whether you have any matters of interest in this petition, or just as lead petitioner and ward councillor?
Just as lead petitioner, and as, yes, exactly. Thank you. Okay,
thank you. Councillor Gardner.
Present, Councillor Burrows, and I'm one of the ward councillors.
Thank you. And I already know that Councillor Oswell, unfortunately, is unable to attend, and I do have a written statement which I will read at the end after all councillors have spoken. I will also ask officers, please, present to indicate they are in the meeting. Steve Austin.
Present, Chairman.
Neil Fraser.
Present, Chairman.
And, of course, Ryan Dale.
Present, Chairman.
Thank you very much. So, the first petition I have before me this evening is Angel Lane Hayes. It is a petition requesting the introduction of traffic calming measures. Councillor Farley, I'm sure you're aware you have 5 minutes to present this petition, say why you've brought the petition, etc. I will then bring in Councillor Gardner as ward councillor, and I will also then read Councillor Oswell's statement before I move to the report and recommendations. There are recommendations in the report, but they do not become substantive until I actually move them. So I will listen to what you've got to say. If I think they're going to meet what you're requiring, then I will use them. But I can add to them or change them, as you know from previous meetings that I've held. So Councillor Farley, it's over to you for your 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. As a councillor visiting residents, as we do, I've been to see residents in Angel Lane, and the petition has overwhelming support from most residents, if not all of them, in the road, as well as the care home. They also support the petition for traffic calming measures. I visited the road today, just before this meeting, about two or 3 hours ago, and just to reassociate myself before this meeting. And yes, there are vehicles travelling at speed. There are different types of vehicle, different sizes. We are aware that there should be a camera that's at the junction, which should be prohibiting larger vehicles going down Angel Lane. But I have seen vehicles going down there regardless anyway. That camera, I understand, is out for repair. I've seen vehicles going up and down the road as they shouldn't be. Even this evening, I saw a vehicle go to the care home to make a delivery, and it then came back out and went back up the north way to Oxford Road. So we've got vehicles going down at speed, vehicles going in the wrong direction. Residents tell me that this is actually happening more frequently these days, that vehicles are going the wrong way. This is being used as a rat run as well. So we've got lots of traffic going down Angel Lane. It is an old road. It's a very narrow road. If you travel from the Hayes End, if you're heading towards Uxbridge on the westbound carriageway, if you're travelling to West Drayton, usually, often, in my experience and others, the satellite navigation directs you to go down Angel Lane as a cut through. to go through through Kingsway to West Drayton Road. So even satellite navigation is directing people to go that direction. There's issues with the vehicles that come off the Oxford Road. You're coming off a 40-mile-an-hour road, which, again, in my experience, travelling as I do, you've got cars that are travelling past me. I'm travelling 40, they're going a lot faster than I am. Cars coming off and going down Angel Lane, sort of carrying on at a pace. We've got issues with the wholesaler, or the ironmongery, as I think it's supposed to be, at the top end of the north end of Angel Lane, which is causing aggravation where it's blocking the road. It's meaning that there's suboptimal activity going on with vehicles that are trying to get around vehicles. They get aggravated, they then accelerate and get down Angel Lane at speed. We've got Rosedale School on Wood End Green. So if you've got cars that are coming at speed, they go over the roundabout, because they know that, if you're experienced with the road, you know that Wood End Green, that becomes Morgan's Lane, is also a one-way system. So they've got no fear when they come down Angel Lane, they can just shoot straight over the roundabout and down to Kingsway. So there's concerns for children and other residents, not to mention, say, we've got vulnerable people at the care home. And you've got issue with the right-hand turn from Oxford Road into Angel Lane. You've got drivers that will accelerate, that when they come out when they're turning right into Angel Lane, they will accelerate and to get beyond, or to get ahead of traffic that's coming down the road to get down Angel Lane. So it is a particular hazard for residents. And so just standing by today, watching vehicles go down, it was quite disconcerting to see. So I think certainly measures need to be dealt with, and say they have the overwhelming support from residents on Angel Lane. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Farley. Before I go to Councillor Gardner, can I just ask you to expand slightly? You said there's issues with the ironmongers or something. Can you just expand a bit so that I can understand and officers can understand what those issues actually are?
Thank you, Chairman. I think it's known as an ironmongery, but it's dealing with kitchen supplies and wholesale. There's a lot of traffic. I've got an ongoing issue with residents at the north end, where there are large vehicles that are parking on the pavement where they shouldn't be. Got an ongoing issue with that, where we've got traffic enforcement officers going out to challenge, but it's just ongoing. There's large vehicles blocking people's driveways, parking on the pavement, damaging the footpaths, damaging under the potentially damaging utility, wiring and plumbing and so forth. So what's happening with this? I've got videos. Unfortunately, they're too big to share. But there's videos that the residents sent me where there are vehicles parked up in the middle of the road, or they're parked up sort of half on, half off the pavement, blocking the road up. I've got one where with a car decided to mount the pavement, trying to get around the blockage. Often what is happening is that when you've got the blockage either cleared or clears itself, or an opening happens, cars then go, because they've been waiting for a while, they get aggravated, and then they just sort of nip round and they shoot them off down Angel Lane. So it creates extra aggravation for drivers, and it's a known issue to parking enforcement.
These are vehicles that are delivering to this particular business, are they?
Delivering and picking up.
Delivering and picking up. Okay, and you say that parking enforcement already know. It may be something that we may have to get ASBIT to possibly have a look at as well, maybe. But I'll ask Steve to come in and comment on that after Councillor Gardner's spoken. Thank you, Councillor Farley. Councillor Gardner.
Yeah, I'm not going to be as thorough as Councillor Farley, because, as you know, I don't drive. In fact, it would probably be lethal if I was driving. My problem is, I think in 2017, the residents asked for some sort of speed restrictions. They were asked, actually, in fairness, they got the camera, they didn't manage to get a petition up. I have to congratulate Councillor Farley for that one, because he went literally knocked on every single door. I know several people who live down there. They get very annoyed at the speed of the traffic. But what I did do with my other half, we went out quite late one night, and it would appear that not only do they come around the corner from the Uxbridge Road, these are some people. I'm not talking about everybody. This is just a few. They come down Angel Lane, they go the wrong way around the little roundabout that's at the bottom of Angel Lane, and they go up Morgan's Lane. So it's virtually like a mini racetrack. And also, I haven't seen this, and the residents have told me that they come down Angel Lane, go to the Kingsway, and then West Drayton Road, isn't it, that goes up towards the Uxbridge Road, and then round again. And the only reason that they know that is because there's several cars that they can easily identify. So it's not just like any old car. They go, it's a specific set of cars that they recognise in 2 or 3 journeys. I mean, one of my biggest fears is that somebody may be visiting the care home, or maybe taking one of their relatives out in a wheelchair, and something awful happens, and then we'll be responsible for that. I just think, as the council, I think the residents, all the residents, need some sort of restrictions. I'm not quite sure how we can do that, because I know from past experience that Councillor Bryce, you don't approve of speed humps. But I just think there must be something that we can do to stop the traffic. And it's not every vehicle, but there's a lot of them. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gardner. I'll just read out Councillor Oswell's statement, and I'll bring Steve Austin in. Councillor Oswell sent in a statement which reads, "I cannot attend virtually on Wednesday, so can I just make a small statement to be read out, please? Angel Lane, I know, has recently been suffering from various problems. Traffic going against a one-way system, for instance, vehicles progressing at speed not deemed suitable for this particular street. I fully support the petition as regards John." So that's all 3 councillors' comments noted for the minutes as well. Obviously, Councillor Farley being lead petitioner, you're also ward councillor, so the whole thing marries up. Steve, can I just bring you in on a couple of points? The first one, Councillor Farley alluded to the camera is out for repair at the moment. Do you know anything about that and when it might be returned?
Thank you, Chairman. No, I don't. I'll ask our colleagues in the parking enforcement team to provide an update after the meeting, if that's okay.
Yeah, if you could, that would be good. Councillor Farley, I see you're indicating you must know something we don't.
I just to say, so I'm not sure if I made this clear at the time. It's a weight restriction camera.
Yeah.
Just because I'm just.
Yeah. But if we've put it there, we should make sure it's back there as quickly as possible. The other thing, Steve, the ironmongers. We've had this recently with another business we discussed a few weeks back in my weekly meetings with you near Hillingdon Hospital, and we've been trying to resolve some of the issues there. Parking enforcement are aware of this. Is there anything else we can actually do?
Yes, Councillor Burrows. It's been brought to our attention through colleagues in parking enforcement and Councillor Gardner, and that there is an issue with goods vehicles parking here. There are existing weighting restrictions, and I understand from colleagues in parking enforcement there's quite a lot of confrontation between our civil enforcement officers and the owners of the business. So yes, there are issues that have been identified. One of the road safety engineers has been out on site, and we are preparing possible options for you to consider, Councillor Burrows, that might help our colleagues in parking enforcement take more swift action against some of the vehicles that are abusing the current restrictions.
Okay, can I ask that they're expedited so that we can discuss those as quick as possible?
Yes, absolutely, Councillor Burrows.
Okay, right. Moving to the report now and the recommendations. One is that I meet with petitioners. Well, we are meeting of sorts, albeit virtually. I'm in committee room 5 all on my own. That's why it's echoing a bit. And Democratic Services are upstairs. Steve, I believe, is at his desk. And obviously the pair of you are nice and cosy at home there. So I've met with you here to discuss your concerns and the suggestions for traffic calming measures. Recommendation 2 is notes the results of previous 24/7 speed and traffic survey undertaken in Angel Lane, but this was October 2016, so this is 4 years now. And I know from experience as cabinet member that traffic patterns and volumes do change in areas between traffic surveys. So 4 years ago, yes, it was under the 85th percentile that we go by, but possibly now we're edging up and over that. So recommendation 3 is subject to the outcome of the above, considers asking officers to undertake traffic surveys at locations agreed by the petitioners and local ward councillors, and then report back to me as cabinet member. I'm happy to get those done because I would like to see the difference now in traffic volumes, because what we do, we compare the 2016 to the 2020, and also look at the 85th percentiles. You've already heard that Steve is taking on board the fact they were already made aware of that business and they're taking that on board. And also Steve will chase the camera and report back to me when that's likely to reappear. Certainly, I think the issue we're going to have here, usually when I have my petitions, we have a nice map, which is presented to petitioners, and they mark on that map where they want the speed surveys done. Ryan's indicating here.
Yes, it is. I can share this map. I have a copy of this map I can share on the screen if that would be helpful.
Councillors, would you be able to mark on the map if you look at it now, or would you rather contact Steve and his department separately? Councillor Farley.
Sorry, trying to get the mute off.
Yeah, no, it goes on and on.
As I say, I went to Angel Lane this evening and Ryan did kindly send the map over in advance, so I have seen the map. One of the issues on Angel Lane, as you'll be aware, is that the officers will be aware, is that there's parking on one side of the road, on the that would be the west side of the road. So trying to make a strategic place so where parking or cars are not parking on the lines on the train. Yeah. So yes, if Ryan could share that would be lovely. I think I can point out the ones that I think will be suitable.
Okay, yeah, I will share that right now.
I think ideally, if we can get 3 in there, it would be good. 1 top, middle, and bottom, if you like. If there is the space to do it.
Okay, I'm probably going to have to use my version on a different screen. So
okay, that's fine.
It's quite small.
Yeah, we do have to secure them to lampposts because unfortunately, our lovely people across the borough think they're valuable and pick them up and walk away with them when in fact they're no value at all. Just out of curiosity, is it worth putting some in Morgan's Lane to see the loop? What's your view on that, Steve?
I think any data that we can capture, Councillor Burrows, is always valuable data. And there appears to be a synergy between Angel Lane and Morgan's Lane, then I think we'd welcome the opportunity. I'm sure more councillors would as well. Yeah. Okay.
Councillor Gardner and Councillor Farley, what's your view on that?
I think there should be something in Morgan's Lane because part of the thrill, apparently,
is spinning round.
Yeah, not only is it spinning round, but it's also seeing how fast you can get past I think it's the car park attached to the police station. See how quickly they can get there and nobody sees them.
Oh, right.
Then,
okay.
Yeah, do you follow that?
Yeah. Okay, we'll look at both then. Councillor Farley, have you managed to look, or would you rather do this offline and perhaps speak to Steve or one of his team tomorrow?
Certainly in Angel Lane, I know 2 of them where they would be suitable. Chairman, I understand what you're saying about the top end. My concern with taking lamppost number 2 as an example, That's
All right,
where the issue is happening with the ironmongery business. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of parking and adverse behaviour taking place there. When I was down there earlier on, I think number 4 and number 6, based on where cars are parking,
right.
I think it would be suitable because then they won't be giving dodgy information back.
Okay, I'm happy with that because they'd have picked speed up by 4 and 6 anyway.
Yeah. Where on Morgan's, I'm not sure. I mean, Councillor Gardner may be better placed, but I mean, or Steve might be a better place to pick ones on there. But they have parking on both sides of the road on Morgan's.
Okay, I think for Morgan's then, Steve, could I ask one of your team to visit Morgan's Lane and strategically see where the best spots would be for them in Morgan's Lane? But for Angel Lane, I think we take the suggestions made by Councillor Farley.
Yes,
Happy
Councillor
with that?
Burrows. Yeah, that's no problem at all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then once we get that data back, obviously it'll be shared with you ward councillors, and then I will have to make a decision where we go from here. But hopefully by then we'd have sorted out the ironmongers, the camera will be back, and and hopefully there'll be some sort of normality. There won't be total normality until we get the data back to see what's going on there, and then we'll be able to sort that out. Okay, so thank you very much, Councillor Farley, for your petition. I can see you're indicating. That's it.
Thank you. I was just looking up again. I'm just also, because of the concern about the roundabout, I'm thinking maybe number 34 as well, if that's what I'm looking at. I think it's 34 at the south end of Angel Lane. So
What, for another tube?
Monitoring, yes.
Monitoring tube. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll take that on board. Obviously, what we need to do is take into account that we are going to come into the Christmas period soon, and schools, you're going to lose some of the school traffic. You have got schools around there, so some of that traffic may be school. I'm not saying they're the ones speeding through there, but we do want to understand the total volume coming through there. So it may be just after Christmas in the new year that they actually go down, so that we can then get accurate data, and hopefully we won't be in the lockdown 3, 4, 5 or whatever version, and traffic will be going around. Okay, so thank you, Councillor Farley. Thank you, Councillor Gardner, and I wish you both a good evening.
And thank you, Councillor Burrows.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Thank you. Thank you all.
Sorry, Ryan, I saw you indicate after.
Okay.
Did you want to say something to them?
No, I was.
No.